Hi, welcome back, hope you're all well. So I thought I'll show you this little ride-on coming for a service, and it's not going to get one. If you haven't read the title, just try to figure out why it's not going to get a service. Nice little machine. It's been here before. I've had two of a couple of these in over the last few years, so you have seen this one before. I've seen two of these before on my channel. But, there's a big gap there, obviously, where the chute was, so I've took out of it. Might be a bit of a clue if you haven't read the title. Yeah, so if you haven't guessed already, I'll show you why it's not getting serviced. Right, well, this is the problem. Hopefully you can see it okay, because the sun's on the screen, so I'll try to see. Yeah, so basically it's just rotted away. I've actually bent this since it's been here. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that at all. And I haven't actually poked it. This is just where I've scraped the grass off. That's the bracket that holds, or did hold it on. But unfortunately, it's dead. All I've done is I've scraped the grass off, so I haven't looked underneath this plastic yet. But yeah, I've had this machine here before. I've had a bit of bad luck with this machine in the past. I'll show you the problem I had. You may be able to spot something there. I must admit, I've just noticed there the white. I'll tell you about the bad luck I had last time when it was here. But yeah, it's completely rotten, and because it was covered in grass, nobody knew, and it wasn't showing through the top of the deck at all, until it was loaded on Keith's van, and I suppose the vibration of it just, or whatever, and the bracket fell out. At least it wouldn't have been spotted until it got here, you know, until we went to service it. But Keith showed me a picture, sent me a picture sort of straight away, and said there's a little hole in it. What I believe was this one here. Oh, it might have been here. And then obviously when I got it back in, I started taking the grass off the bottom of the deck. Yeah, that's shocking, isn't it? But I did say last time it was here, it was getting rusty. It was definitely getting rusty, because what it came in for last time was, I don't think you can see it here, there's a bracket that holds the brake and clutch lever on. It's one lever, and that snapped, so I bodged it. The video's on here, probably about 2 or 3 years ago. I've got the video on my channel. So I mean yes, it can have another deck put on it at some point. Or I don't know how you also wind then for noise, but there's a bit breezy out here today. But let's get it back on the ground, and we'll have a look around it. Right, let's have a look around it. There's a lot. I think the holes look worse because I've had it running, and the vibrations just finished it off. It's a dog whining, yawning actually. Yeah, so I think that's probably why a few more bits have fell out. I think it's more rust underneath it again now. But obviously from the top and the side, doesn't look a bad little machine. Like I say, there's two of these what used to come here. This one, and sorry, it's a bit windy. Yeah, this one, and Keith's old one. Keith had one of these. I did bits too as well on the channel. Keith's was like a varied drive, and it's like a 1-speed gearbox with obviously pulleys what alter it, and this one is a 3-speed. So this has got a little separate gearbox, like a 2-drive, and then it's got like a solid axle. It's got a diff in it, but it's like a go-kart axle. This is a lot better machine than Keith was. My other brother's got Terry's got Keith's old one, and he ain't had no problems with it. But Keith had no problems with his. I think it was because he was using it, you know, for some of his contracts, and it was probably too much for it. But so this was a customer. Keith did some gardening there, and I used to service it, but it hasn't been here for 2 or 3 years. And unfortunately, because the engine bolts onto that deck, it is a like I say, it's had its time. It's 11 years old. It's actually clipped in this time. Hold on, I'll do one. Yeah, it come here Friday. Keith dropped it off to me. Obviously, I sort of knew already that it wasn't going to be a lot good. And I serviced the other one, and we left this because obviously it was down to the ladies, you know, what she wanted to do with it. Because she thought she was going to get it re-welded, but obviously she didn't know how bad it was till I sent her the pictures. And because originally, like I say, the picture Keith took was only one little hole, you know, basically where the bracket, you know, coupled up, everything coupled up. So you know, it didn't look that bad, but she thought she was going to get welded until she see the pictures I took and a video and everything else. You've got to make it fair for customers. They won't understand if, you know, you say it's got a hole in it, and you know, they don't understand when there's a lot of force going through that deck with the engine sitting on top of it, and the blade and the clutch and everything else. So yeah, but anyway, like I said, I had hassle with this machine before. So some of you may remember this, and some of the newer people won't, but I had a fire in the workshop a couple of years back, and that's just after I'd finished working on this. So this still got, I don't know if you can see, I've got this down here is from the fire extinguishers, what went off in the garage, and it's still stuck to it. So yeah, never seen a lot of luck with this one, but yeah. Anyway, the deal is it's mine now. So I think I mentioned that. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with it. Maybe put another deck on it. I doubt it. The engine's good. I've had it run this morning, but like I say, it's got a separate little gearbox and axle, so I may use that for something. Get rid of the rest. The engine's sweet as ass, you know. It needs a service, obviously, because it hasn't been done for a while. But yeah, as you can see, obviously the deck's on the ground. Now we can see it from there. But like I say, obviously because normally you could take it off and use it as a tractor. You couldn't this really. At least you put a little frame in there to hold the engine. You could do that if you wanted. But yeah, the engine's sound. Starts well. These are the ones with the dummy petrol tank, because they've got a tank in the back. But I believe you can drill them out and use them. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, still good bits on it. Obviously the levers are still good. The tyres are not 100% or nothing like that, but they're usable. Wheels and tyres are usable. All the steering's okay as far as it goes. Solenoid still works. Starter motor works. The engine works. The seat's okay. You can't really see it, but there's a couple of little tiny splits there. Little chunk out there. But it's not bad. It's not a bad seat. Certainly better than what we've got on the Westwood at the moment. The rest of the body works okay. There's a small crack just there, but that's nothing. That's like it's where you go get picked up and stuff. Grass box is okay. Well, workable, you know. Good use condition. So that's the guard. Engine cover, they always get scratched to hell because people drag the feet over them. Like I say, steering wheel and all the rest of it's okay. Gearbox is good. Like I say, it's a bit like a T-drive and onto like a go-kart axle, but the good thing with these is it has obviously it has a diff, but it has like a built-in disc. It's quite a big disc as well, for a ride on mower. One of the good things I did think of on these. But like I say, on the other version, the hydro version, drive version, or very speed version, it's not the same. It's got the little disc, you know, it's just like a normal gearbox with pulleys to alter the speed. But yeah, I'm trying to get it so I ain't got a shadow in it, but it's a bit awkward, and I can't really see the viewfinder, so I don't really know what I'm pointing at. It's trouble, not moaning about sunny days, but yeah, I mean, you wouldn't, you know, if you just walk past it, you wouldn't think it's that bad. I mean, the chassis is okay, it's fine. The chassis could make a good little go-kart or something, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so I haven't got a clue what I'm going to do with it. Like I say, coming Friday, the original plan was for it to be serviced, but obviously I think Keith picked up Thursday or something like that, and obviously as soon as he got it on the van, he noticed it. I don't think he could be off it because the deck was sort of on the floor, but that's one of these things, because that mower that gets used and then it would be put in like a lean-to which is quite open, never cleaned down, so the grass just sits there and it's always damp, because I know it's in a lean-to, but this lean-to sort of open, you go feel like the air dry goes straight through it, so it's as good as being outside really. It just stops like all the leaves and crap like that falling onto it, so it never gets sort of put away properly. And obviously with the deck being, the engine being on top of the deck, the heat's there, so it heats up and cools down. The decks, you know, they rot, they all rot, and normally what you do is you just drop the deck down and get another deck on it and put it, you know, and carry on, or use it as a tractor or whatever. But because obviously the engine bolts onto that, you can't just do that. You can put some brackets on it or whatever. So I've got a few choices really. Like I say, it's mine now. I could see if I can find a second-hand deck to go on it. Now there was loads on eBay when I looked about a year ago. I was just looking at, you know, you just sort of see them come up. Wasn't looking for one. I looked the other day and I couldn't find one. I've messaged a couple of people I know who broke some and they haven't come back to me. That's normal, isn't it? And yeah, so maybe I could put another deck on it and flog it, because the cheapest one of them I can find around here locally is 150 quid, like a starting bid. Yeah, and I've seen them go for some, like a couple £100, so I could do that. Or the other option, another option is to just break it and flog the bits, get some cash back on it, and use the axle and the gearbox for another project. And the engine, like I said, nothing wrong with the engine at all, apart from it needs a bloody good service. It starts really good, it runs really good. Or maybe I could get the axle and, like I say, do another project with it. I don't know. Just can't get my head around it, what to do with it. I only found out about an hour ago that it was mine. I've done a deal, because I was actually given it, but what I said is one of the machines which she had serviced, I'll do that for free, and then that way I've paid for it. I mean, basically, done it. I mean, I do use genuine bridge and strapping parts and all the rest of it, but obviously it didn't cost me a lot, you know what I'm saying. an air filter, plug, oil, etc, etc. It doesn't cost a mega amount, so it doesn't owe me a lot. But I didn't need to, she did give it to me, but I just said, look, I want to say that it's mine, not, you know, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so not sure what to do with it, so like I say, we'll have a think about it. If I strip it, I'll show you it's been stripped. If I strip it for projects or bits or whatever, I don't know what to do with it yet. I really don't know what to do with it. So let me know in the comments what you would do with it. That was making a lovely little go-kart, put sort of a framework in there to hold the engine, so that, you know, you could get your belts in the right place and make a lovely little go-kart. Easy build thing, wouldn't it? I just don't know. I just don't know. You know how I like to fiddle with stuff, and like the mud mowers and the mower and stuff. I do like to build something out of a mower rather than just put it back as a mower. I know there's a few quid in my pocket, but I can still flog the body, flog different bits on it. So, you know, just give it a few bits to cover the cost of another project, if you know what I'm saying. It's all, isn't it? But like I say, I'm not 100% sure what to do. Let me know in the comments what you would do. If you want parts from it, don't ask in the comments, because, you know, that'd be a bit silly. But if I do break it and put bits on eBay, I'll let you know. But I haven't got a clue what I'm going to do with it. I really haven't got a clue. I expect it to come here Friday, be serviced and be gone, you know. That was the plan anyway. A week ago that was the plan. But yeah, like I say, if they just clean it out, it would have lasted a lot longer. It's 11 years old. They don't owe them nothing. And the conversation I had this morning with her, she was happy enough. And she's going to look for something else. So when she gets something else, I'll let you know, and we can have a look at. We'll go over there and have a little look at whatever new machine she replaces that one with. Like I say, I've had two of them on the channel before. One was Keith's, and this is a customer of ours. And yeah, and this is definitely the better machine out of the two with the gearbox. Yeah, definitely. It's just the whole machine. When you sit on them, they're exactly the same to drive. But you know how you get a good one and you get a bad one. Well, that was a good one, and Keith's one what he had was absolute awful to drive. But he's happy because he's got his mount filled. What, like I say, it's a very nice machine. Even though a few people commented and said like about the way the engine was built. Well, the engine's probably not the best bit, but certainly the rest of it is a bloody good built machine. I'd recommend them anyway. And like I said, we'll do a review on that soon. Anyway, I'm waffling, and you don't want to hear that crap. So yeah, if you like this sort of stuff, give it a thumbs up. If you want more mower stuff, give it a thumbs up. Yeah, subscribe if you want to. Ring the bell if you do, and that way you get notifications and all the rest of it. Anyway, the most important thing to remember is okay not to be okay. See you soon. Cheers.